Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. As always, it's me, Ivan, and since Christmas is just around the corner, I've got another watch that I think you should seriously consider. This time, it's a retro-inspired piece from sea-gull that I've been wearing for about a month now, and honestly, it completely blew me away. I've reviewed a few sea-gull watches over the past couple of years, and they've all been solid, but this one really exceeded my expectations. Full disclosure guys, this one was sent to me directly by sea-gull, but as always they haven't influenced the review in any way, so everything you're about to hear is simply my honest opinion on the watch. That said, I've left all the relevant links to their official website and AliExpress store in the description and comment section below, along with some discount codes for AliExpress in case you end up picking one up. Just like most sea-gull watches, this one comes in that familiar rectangular blue box, so let's not waste any time on the packaging and jump straight into the watch itself. As always, we'll start with the dimensions, and guys, this is pretty much a perfect everyday size. You're looking at a 38mm case diameter, a very compact 41.7mm lug-to-lug, although the fixed end links do extend that to about 48.5. Thickness comes in at 12.5mm, lug width is 20, and sized for my 17cm or 6.7 inch wrist, the watch weighs 127 grams. As you can see, on the wrist it wears fantastically well, it feels solid but well balanced, and it's incredibly comfortable, largely thanks to the bracelet, which we'll talk about next. Guys, I'm actually quite surprised by how good the bracelet is. Not only is it well built and nicely finished, but it also has great articulation, so it wraps around your wrist in a way that makes the whole wearing experience extremely comfortable, as I already mentioned. Design-wise, it looks like an integrated bracelet, but if we turn the watch around, you can see that it isn't. You've got a hidden 20mm lug width, so if you feel like experimenting with different straps, you can absolutely do that. As for the clasp, sea-gull went with a butterfly style design for that seamless look, and I honestly have no issue with it here. Sure, it doesn't offer any kind of micro adjustment, but in this case, you don't really need it. The bracelet links are so short that I'm pretty confident most people will be able to dial in a really good fit. Moving on to the case, I think it's really important to talk about the design first. You see, this model is a reissue of the sea-gull ST7, which was apparently quite popular back in the 70s, and personally, I love the look of both the original and the reissue. It has some very strong vintage DNA, and while I know the fluted bezel won't be for everyone, I think it works really well with the rest of the design. And I don't know if this is the poor person in me talking or what, but overall, I actually find this watch far more attractive than the Rolex Land Dweller and its plasticky looking dial. But hey, as always, feel free to disagree with me in the comments. As for the build quality of the case itself, all I can say is that it's excellent and really leaves nothing to be desired. You get 100 meters of water resistance thanks to the screw-down crown and case back, and the finishing is genuinely impressive. There is a nice mix of vertical brushing and high polishing, and the overall execution is fantastic. In fact, if you look closely, you notice that the brushing on the case is actually a bit sharper than on the bracelet. Guys, case aside, the dial is pretty great as well, and it definitely deserves a closer look. Unlike the recent watches I reviewed here on the channel, this one isn't textured and it doesn't come in any crazy bright colors. Instead, you get a clean, classic look in metallic silver, which is no less eye-catching thanks to its sunburst finish. And you know what? I actually like it a lot, especially since it adds something different to my otherwise very colorful collection. Don't quote me on this, but I think this might be only the second watch in my collection with a day-date complication, And speaking of that, I really like the bit of contrast it adds to the dial. The days of the week are white on a black background, while the date is red on white, which further enhances that vintage look Seagull is clearly going for, and in my opinion, it just works. The only real downside I can think of is that the loom isn't great, but for me that's far from a deal breaker, as on a watch like this, it's simply not that important. Last but not least, we need to talk about the movement. Guys, inside this model, Seagull uses their in-house ST2100 caliber, featuring 28 jewels and a 42-hour power reserve. And all I can say is that it's a really solid movement that has always given me great results in terms of both accuracy and reliability. This particular one, fully wound, dial up, is running absolutely spot on with no deviation and a beat error of just 0.3 milliseconds, which is fantastic. I also have this movement in my Seagull Gluttonous Snake edition, and once again it's been rock solid, and so far I don't have a single complaint about it. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention one more nice touch. Seagull has used a clutched crown here, which makes screwing it back in extremely easy. As soon as you press it in, the hand winding disengages, so there is no resistance at all. It's a small detail, but one I really appreciate. So there you have it, guys. This Seagull is a really nice watch and definitely a keeper. I love the design, the build quality is great, and the movement is a solid performer. If you're looking for a great everyday watch and you don't mind the price, this one I can easily recommend. Speaking of price, I know it will raise a few eyebrows at around $450 US. Yes, with the discount codes I mentioned earlier, you can bring it down to about $400 and even less during an AliExpress sale, but it's still a significant amount of money. That said, while there are better value for money watches out there, I don't think this one is overpriced, especially when you consider that you're getting an in-house movement from a brand with a long history in watchmaking. Of course, that's just my opinion, but personally I would take this over any Seiko in the same price range. And I would even choose it over the Tissot PRX. But hey, that's just me. Let me know what you think. Do you like it? And would you consider picking one up? Thank you for watching, guys. That's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, help me beat the YouTube algorithm by hitting the like button and leaving a comment below. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Take care, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.